Peace. This is Star with the Star Bloom. So I wanted to add to what I just shared. So this is going to be a part 2 of Evade the Loop. It cut off at the end when I was basically speaking to the conflict that one would come in with itself, going and meeting certain race of dead ends and being in certain race of shock due to the internal turmoil that they're causing themselves upon constantly deciding to go against what it is that they're doing in their healing process, or the work that they're being coached and nudged to do. At the top of the reading, the last message that we had obscurity, and this card flipped out at the end when I asked Spirit, was there anything else that I needed to add to this message, seeing that it had gotten cut off? This message, this turned over, and basically this is the truth. Someone, thank you, Spirit. I'm gonna be quick, y'all. This message is just not gonna be. It's not gonna be. Yeah. Okay. Someone has been abusing. Okay. Abusing rituals. That's the secret. Okay. And the reality of it is that you could choose to go into solitude with oneself, release, clear, purify yourself. All right. Or shock, be surprised to waking up to certain race of thoughts and concerns constantly, okay, due to this false idea or false sense of security in somebody who's basically not somebody who's truly like a rising star. They have the glow and stuff, but it's a temporary glow because what gave it to them. They weren't somebody else's energy, and it's going to backfire on them, right? Some Ice King who's constantly traveling, who's supremely faithful in the work that they're doing as far as this spiritual work is concerned, is going to have a surprise. Karma. Okay? Karma. While somebody else who's they've been affecting is going to basically ascend and be able to achieve a certain rate of real love. And when I think about real love, y'all, I be thinking about more so the acknowledgement and the balance and the harmony that you come into with yourself. Getting out of that rate of obsession, excuse me, y'all. And conflict. It's the peace. It's, oh, my tires got a flat. In the front and the back, I can replace them all at the same time. It's, oh, I have a cousin who has a wedding, but it's overseas. I don't have to move anything around. It's that reality that you get to be abundant because you release certain race of scarcity and lack mindset, and you get to be in service to yourself at a different rate. Some people have to recognize that your connection with yourself may be the best connection that you could make before you try to allow yourself to be at this rate of wanting to be in partnership, even though a lot of the connection that you make to yourself is going to 2 to 1. Thank you, Spirit. Is going to align you to partnerships outside of yourself. All right. It's a thing to where you get to recognize your rate and your movement in things. All right. Everybody ascends differently. Right. But with Spirit, if you allow yourself to be, I was about to say, be an anchored truth, right? Be an anchored rate of truth. That means the elusive trickster spirits, the dishonesty, the deception won't be a dead end for you because you were already aware of this before you met this spot. So you won't be in no quagmire energies constantly being set up or being trapped by things that come in to your rate of wanting to heal and release and have these horrible farewells where you have to constantly leave behind parts of what you feel like are yourself without being in representation of the actual true epiphany that's come to you. Oh, I have discernment and understanding and understanding over this thing. I've awakened to the truth here. Some of y'all have certain rates of it be fearful energy because you still live a certain race of untruths within yourself. The Most High can't really sit within you because you be unsettled within your own spirit. You stop wanting to be at this rate of being in order for you to heal. And that's the lie. That's that pause in order for you to get to the next step, instead of recognizing that sometimes your power be in your being. Right? And that's something that you willing from within. Willing is something that you doing. So it's like, even when you're in the so-called pause, especially within the spirit, walk. You are always in motion and in flow versus wanting to stop the water. They'd be like faults. They'd be like dams. It'd be like things that's closing off. That's the illusion, right? That's the thing that isn't true. That's the trick, right? Be like banks. Yeah, that's the surprise. That sometimes you get to be at this rate to where you be in action of yourself and it be divine with you because you recognize, yes, this is this thing where I get to sit at the edge and I get to be like, not just a sacred breath within myself, but it's like, I don't got this shit on my shoulders no more. I'm not carrying the weight of what Meemaw did, right? I don't got to worry about my auntie daughter, my auntie son. And I don't got to worry about her either because she just my grandma child. Listen, I don't got to worry about them because they my mama's kids. And I don't got to worry about them because they the ones that God needed to take more time. Listen, spirit get to be with you in a different rate within yourself when you stop wanting to pacify or nurse the wound that officially allow yourself to have revelation of. Right? You couldn't allow yourself to finally have a farewell. I don't know why I was going to say a farewell wedding. Listen, spirit, a celebration to the closure of things that you haven't allowed to finally move so you can walk into the threshold that's been meant for you to walk forward. It's something happening within the divine masculine community where instead of wanting to get in connection with others, constantly wanting to connect to a different type of Jezebel spirit, having to be in recognition that they got incubus and succubus attached to them. Good God. Wanting to get to this rate of healing, yet they haven't allowed themselves to purify yet. And then they think that healing has to be looked or seen upon as one way. Everybody ascends differently, love. You have to be at this rate to where you allow yourself to move forward in major balance. That allows your change to come in, shifting shit completely to where you get to fully transform in the spaces that's meant for you. I don't think spirit really want no more tarot. I think it's just about recognizing that sometimes things have been elusive and mysterious to you and unseen to you just because you haven't been willing to face it. And it be the painful thing. How do people say the truth hurts, but it'll set you free, right? A lot of the times people don't recognize the reason why it hurts is because the lie has been cast illusion. And when you perceive the truth, some people, a lot of people who've been out here like with this rate of like Stockholm syndrome, that's the mentality that you have for energy that's basically come in and overtaking your free will, yet you feel in support of this energy, wanting to continue to be at this rate of catching yourself from being able to properly grow. Thank you, spirit, and go. Thank you, spirit, for the correction. From being able to properly go, right? Listen to it. Yeah. It be in your frequency that you frequent me. That's what spirit is saying. You have to allow yourself to recognize the rate of retention that you have within your connection to self. All of this business about false rising stars, it's somebody who's going to be willing to take a leap of faith, a step towards their own rate of dimension building. This person energy is so powerful. Yeah, they protecting the queen. This is a chess piece, y'all. Okay, they protecting the queen with this piece. Its movement is free, yet if you rupture your stance and wanting to constantly barricade yourself in by certain rates of misunderstandings, misinterpretations, misalignment, like I said, you're going to continue to reach certain brick walls that don't really allow you to be receptive to the things that's going to allow true resuscitation to come in this moment and momentous alignment and ascension that's coming in for you. To whoever the divine masculine is that I'm speaking to, spirit is basically healing a rate of patterns, looping that you've done. You are in the midst of pattern correction. Don't go backwards. Continue to move forward, but do as you please. Okay. Peace. I love y'all. I hope this finds you well.